Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, it's gonna be on Data C, a ZVP from Reynor and Zown. From Home Story Cup, top right, it's gonna be Reynor, bottom leftish, it's gonna be Zown or Zown. I have no idea how to pronounce that. I've heard two different pronunciations. I feel like Zown is the English pronunciation and Zown is the Korean pronunciation, but I don't know. I'm not entirely sure that's true. I do not speak Korean. So we've got Terry the Overlord moving out. You can get a t-shirt with him. You can get a mug with his face on it at falconpaladin.store. That's right, man. You're famous. Falcon Paladin store has merch featuring you. All right, so hatch blocking. But Reynor just took it at his third base. So everything is A-OK here for Reynor. Just 1 gate expand timing here from Zown. Okay. Are we going to see carriers or are we going to see void rays? We're going to see disruptors or Colossus. I do like ZVP because every single unit from Zerg and Protoss is viable in this matchup. Every single one. Name a unit that is not viable in Protoss versus Zerg. You can't. High Templar, viable. Dark Templar, viable. Vipers, Broodlords, Corruptors, viable. I like it when every single unit is viable in a matchup. Tempests, viable. Roaches and Ravagers, viable. Immortals, Adepts, Zealots, Stalkers, Sentries, all this stuff. Oracles, all this stuff is good. So ZVP is a lot of fun. I think you guys like ZVT more, but you know what? ZVT is my favorite matchup in the StarCraft 2. All right, what's interesting? Nothing yet. Second Pylon, second Gas, Nexus, Cybernetics Core. When the Cyber Core finishes, we'll probably see a Stargate. But after the Stargate, then we'll start seeing some interesting stuff here out of Zown for sure. Third base timing. Nah, sounds like, but I'm blocking it. Reynor's like, I don't care. Send some Lings down. Kill your stuff. Hey, look! Stargate. Hey, look! Get out of here. Get out of this. Get out of this neighborhood. You're not wanted. Blah, 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 blah. And then about a 2:30. Oh. Reynor fakes taking his natural and sends the drone to the third base instead. Oh, no. Does Zown... Oh, no. Is it... Oh, okay. Never mind. He just expanded like 4 seconds later. What the heck? What was that? He sent the drone up there. He had 300 minerals. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he wanted to make another Overlord or something instead, and so he delayed his third a little bit. That is delayed. We're at 3 minutes, and this thing's not even, like, 50% complete yet. So, interesting. Oracle, Phoenix, options, Void Ray. The options are yours, Zown. This is where it gets interesting. And it's going to be a Void Ray. All right, so Zown going to go for a Void Ray opening here today. I do like Zown quite a bit. He's an excellent Protoss player. Done some very good things in GSL. Excellent player. Not quite elite, I would say, but you know what? He's good enough to qualify for GSL. Does that one make one elite? I imagine it probably does. So maybe it's not fair for me to call him not elite. As always, what do we like to do? We like to check. Boop, 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 boop. Aligulac. Aligulac. Void Ray gonna kill Terry the Overlord. FalconPaladin.store. Check him out. Terry merch is available. You can memorialize our dead Overlord by getting a shirt with his face on it. I miss you, Terry. All right, currently Zown is ranked number 17 in the world. Reynor is ranked number 5. So, you know, less than 10 spots separate these dudes. Very excited to see what we're gonna get here. Aligulac rankings are, I don't know. I feel like there's a little... There's movement. There's always movement happening in there. Oh, Fleet Beacon, or as Husky StarCraft would say, Fleet Bacon. Yes, indeed it is. It is indeed a Fleet Bacon here today. All right, fair. Are we just going to get Flux Veins? Is this opening carriers? I don't know that opening carriers is super viable in CVP. I mean, the units are viable, but when you make them can really make a difference. Because if you open carriers, Reynor scouts it, he throws up a Spire, he makes 6 or 7 Corruptors, and then you die. Because you poured all of this money at this stage of the game into carriers and nothing else. And then the carriers die because Corruptors floated on in and went pow, 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 and everything died. And then you don't have a ground army, and you don't have an air army, and you're a dead nerd. That is something you can do, Zerg players. Not kidding. If you scout well enough, and you scout your enemy Protoss player just rushing for carriers at 5 minutes, get a Spire down, make a bunch of Corruptors wander in here and win the game. Because they are neglecting ground armies super hard. Like, there's 2 Adepts here. There's 3 Adepts out. That's it. Nothing else. No Stalkers. No Zealots. No nothing. So, I don't know. Reynor's like, well, if you don't have much of a ground army, perhaps my Lings can get something done. You're going to have to kill that shield battery, dude. Good luck with that. Get through this wall. No, that's not going to happen either. If you can get a surround on these away from the shield battery, that would be worth it. But good micro there from Zown. Not happening. Void Ray's got a few kills. 4 kills there. One of them's an Overlord. And 4 of them are Zerglings. Yeah, Reynor's like, well, I'll just drone up like crazy then. How about that? 64 workers going up to Lair. So it takes a minute to get up to that Spire, and then a 4th base coming up at the 12 o'clock position here, too. Good opening. So hit that like button if you're enjoying this game so far. I am here, 5 times a week with a StarCraft 2 content. And I've been casting StarCraft 2 since 2015. So check it out. Subscribe to the channel. You won't be sorry. All right, so we're moving out with our first carrier. I mean, the Queen count's enough to handle this. There are 8 of them out here. They might have to reposition a little bit. There's 3 more in production too, but yeah. And I mean, this is just, okay, how many Lings do we need to actually screw with this 3rd base is the question. So yeah, at this point, the Queens are just going to attack Interceptors. I mean, maybe get some shots off on the body here too. And they're not bad. Queen Anti-Air is buff. Adding some roaches to the mix. Okay. So the shield battery dying. Shield battery overcharge gets about 3 seconds before it dies. And now you're in a lot of trouble. The Void Ray can kill all of this stuff, yes. But all the army's going to die. Probes had to get evacuated. Oh, yeah. 3, 4 probes here. Maybe kill that one, too. That'd be nice. And they do get it. 4 probes. And look at him bringing probes back in at a beautiful time. So 4 probes died. A couple Adepts. A couple Stalkers. And a Zealot. I don't know. That's 8 roaches gone down, and like 12 Lings or something. Resources lost 1,600 for Reynor, 1,300 for Zown. All right, Spire gonna finish up here. Look, if you're gonna open carriers, you're gonna want Corruptors. That's just how it works. Yeah, I haven't seen carriers on the channel in a hot minute. They're really only mostly viable against Zerg these days. Not really good against Terran. Not really great in PvP either, although we do see them sometimes out there. We do see them against Terran too sometimes. Like, just depends. Depends on the situation. Depends on the down and distance. Or the count. Or... what's that for soccer? You gotta transfuse here because he will try to target your queens down. But if you transfuse well enough, I mean, Interceptors are gonna die. Do Interceptors' death counts count on this thing? Yes. 33 Interceptors have died. And no queens have died here. Oh, 1 queen has died. Yeah. I mean, sure. Some drones got killed. But Reynor, the magician, at replacing drone deaths quite easily. So production tab says Corruptors. We're going to make some roaches. Maybe make them into Ravagers. Who knows? Glee over Constitution. Charge on the way. Archon's coming in. Zoun recognizes that just going pure carrier is not going to do it for him in the long run. That's why he needs the Archons. The Archons will protect the carriers from Corruptors to a certain extent. Corruptor range is not enough to let them sit over here and fire at the carriers. They got to get here, and then the Archons go blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, Corruptors just kind of wandered on in, and they're going to caustic spray down the Templar Archives. Hey! Oh, no. So, yeah, Storm's going to be a bit away here. Dealing with this without having to deal with Storm is nice. That's really nice. That's a great pick-off from Reynor, without a doubt. Spore's coming up at the 4th base to protect it. 4th base is up and running for Zown. Reynor needs another one. If he's going to keep up with this thing... If he's planning on this game going... Maybe he's not. Maybe he's not planning on this game going longer. Maybe he's going for Roach Ravager Queen. He needs some Overlords to spread creep, because the Queens can't transfuse unless they're on creep. Transfusing the Corruptors is fine on creep here. Waiting for the creep to spread is going to take too long. Does he have Overlord speed? He does not have Overlord speed. Well, that makes it harder, doesn't it? I mean, it's on the way. Yeah, I think we can get up here with Roach Ravager, Corruptor, Queen. He can win this, but the problem is, that's what the German taxi was, right? You showed up, you dropped the queens off. Caustic Spray. How much time do you need to burn down a Nexus? Not very long. Is it worth it? It is. He's going to lose 3, 4, 5 Corruptors there. Not totally worth it. Oh, keep running, though. Oh, lost a Corruptor for not paying attention. Roach is trying to attack into the third base. No, are rebuffed. Not happening. Did they kill a Disruptor? They killed the Disruptor, though. All right, that's good. That is excellent. A Disruptor for a handful of Roaches, not... whatever, it's cool. Double expanding. Reynor does like double expanding. Of all the players that I cast, he's the one that likes to go 2 bases at the same time. It's pretty awesome, honestly. So yeah, Roach Ravager, Corruptor here, and hey, look what we found. We can one volley down you Corruptors with this Stalker Ball. This Stalker Ball that's got the +1 attack with the +2 just now finishing up. Thank you, Game Heart Interface. You are so nice to me. All right, Infestation Pit coming in for Neural Parasite, maybe, but at least for high for further upgrades. More Disruptors in production. Ground Armor getting Research Tier 2. How many Stargates do we have? Just the 2. I'm not going nuts with Carriers, obviously, because the Corruptor count is to deal with it. Only 2 Carriers out. Interesting. So this is a start-off Carrier go into Ground Army style PvZ, rather than a start-off Ground Army go into Carrier PvZ. Which is usually how that works. Nice Disruptor hit. Transfuses. Trying to make up for it, though. This is good micro from Zown. This is really good. Disruptors catching a Ravager. Zealots up at this 4th or 5th base, however you want to call it. Or 5th or 6th base, however you call it. It's dead. That's fine. That's what the double expand was for. No! Queen's dying down here. Reynor not evacuating or retreating properly. Zealots. Oh my gosh. Dude. Zown's up. I mean, he's maxed out. He's not up. He's maxed out versus a maxed out army here, but I don't know the ground army of Reynor can handle this. This is tough. No! Nova catching Roaches. Dude. Zown is on a rampage right now. Blinking forward, usually the sign of an extremely confident Protoss. Banelings crashing on Stalkers and Archons in desperation. Army value is higher for Reynor. Yes, the Corruptors coming to deal with the Carriers as well as they can. All right, fine. Carriers die. It looks like Reynor's going to be able to hold this. Just through sheer macro, just for pumping Lings and Banelings out, and that's it. Reynor, he had a Protoss Big Death Ball on his doorstep, and he almost died to it, and that is always a very scary thing. The bigger problem for him is that he lost both bases that he double expanded to. So he's only on 4 bases versus a 4-basing Zown. Income is pretty even and not good for the Zerg player when that happens. Man, I want nachos. We were talking about nachos in the Discord server before I started casting this. So, I mean, if you want to join the Discord server, it's a fun place to be. We've got a lot of fun people in there. StarCraft 2 fans. We got Brood War fans in there, too. Everybody gets along. We talk about crazy stuff, again, like food, like nachos, like how do you make expensive nachos? And the answer is just put caviar on it. It's kind of cheating, but we talk about TV shows like The Last of Us, Arcane, Chernobyl. I'm not naming all of the good stuff that I've seen over the last 2 or 3 years here, but yeah, we talk about video games we're playing. You get good recommendations for games, too. Somebody recommended a game in the server the other day, and someone else in the server just straight up went and bought it on Steam, so that sounds great. So, I mean, you know, you get to know the people, you get recommendations from them. Nova, okay, 2 Roaches die, that's probably fine. 8 drones go, or probes go down here at Zown's base. Zealot, no, run by attempt. Just gets all sorts of eaten up. Nom 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 nom. Exactly, there we go. So that's the thing about Zealot run by. Sometimes they're effective, but they could be dealt with if proper defense is there. I mean, that's a pretty obvious thing to say. Anyway. What are we looking at here? What was the game? I gotta find this. It was user Pesmage who talked about it. Dang it. Can't find this thing. Meanwhile, a 5th base attempt by Zown gets completely shut down here. Yeah, I'm just going to vacillate between the 2 pronunciations of Zown and Zown here, I suppose. That's how it's going to work. Good abduct on the Disruptors. Instruments of death. Be gone, says Reynor. He probably didn't say that as he abducted those Disruptors. Banelings, nice connections on those Disruptors. Blinding Cloud. Oh, you're kind of sitting in there, Archons. That's, oh, okay, but shield battery, heal it up. Raider, this is a great game. Holy crap, this is some nice back and forth. Honestly, hit that like button. It helps the algorithm know that I'm here. And recommend me to other people. I don't know. I was just thinking about how well StarCraft is doing overall on YouTube these days, and it's like, I don't know if it's doing super hot. I watch other channels, right? I watch Hearthstone, I watch Pig sometimes. I'm like, their view counts aren't doing super hot these days either. The trend is not good. But you know what? I love StarCraft. I will be casting StarCraft until the day I die, I get the feeling. Is Adrenal done? Adrenal's done. And the Lings have +2 attack, but no armor upgrades. That's a little bit tough on these Lings to deal with these Zealots, but Adrenal is sort of just what you need here. Yeah, I mean, just and sheer overwhelming numbers is another thing that you need here, obviously. Ah, here it is. Yeah, so Pez Mage the other day recommended Hard Space Shipbreaker. He says, this game is a lot of fun. I'm getting to the larger, more complicated ships now, and it's really satisfying puzzle to plan out how I'm going to take it apart and then slowly execute on it. So I should have a Discord server invite in the description here. If I don't, remind me to put it in, please. And then if you want to join, you can. And if you don't want to join, you don't have to. Yeah, Adrenalings Cannon, no. Recalls, I don't know. I don't know if that was enough recall against Adrenalings, but Reynor certainly thought it was going to be, so he bailed. That was kind of smart, actually. Maybe he knew this army was in the general vicinity, too, and he didn't want to deal with that with Lings, because obviously 7 Broodlords in production. Like, what did I say about Broodlords earlier? This is great. Maybe we'll see some Tempests in response to the aforementioned and the aforeseen Broodlords. Lings Banes on the Zealots, please. There we go. So Zealots are basically wiped out, but an Archon Stalker Disruptor army is still pretty scary. This right side base is going to die for the second time today. This time there's actually drones at it. That kind of sucks. Abducting the Disruptors. Blah. Such a good way to deal with the Disruptors is the abduct, man. Every other way to try to deal with them as Zerg is not great. Zealot charge lot. Oh my gosh. Split them up, maybe? Where are you going? Go for this base. Okay. I mean, there's not as many drones in the natural, but whatever. Lings. Oh. Wait, what? Is there a Baneling group that just ran in here and killed everyone, or was this a bunch of Lings that split off? Yeah, so the hatch dies, the warp-in happens. It's just Lings. Wow. Yeah, it's hard to evacuate when Lings cover both entrances into your mineral line. Okay, that was basically as fast and effective as a Baneling attack would have been. But Zealots are still in the natural base here. Charge lots against Roaches are pretty good at open, in open environments like this. They're just going to try to... What are you doing? We're going to fight here. Yeah, and I'll die here. Wait, no, 2 Zealots actually survived, but now there's Roaches, and they're just, yeah, okay. So the Zealots are like, we don't even want to fight Roaches. Get away from here. Ah! Dude, Reynor's gonna die. This is amazing. That's another hatch down. Reynor's back down to 4 bases where he was like 5 minutes ago, not where he wants to be. But Zown, he's got another attack incoming of Lings into his 5th base. Enough speed lots clear it up. And how's Reynor up right now? What is going on in this game? Reynor just lost 2 of his bases and like a ton of his workers, and he's like, nah, it's cool. I got Roaches and Ravagers and Broodlords and all sorts of great stuff here. And Zown's like, how am I the one that's in trouble? I don't know. He's lost more resources. I guess the Disruptor shots have been pretty good here too. Dude, is Reynor going to win this thing after losing so much of his base count and his economy? This one's going to die again. 5th base of Zown dying. Reynor kind of needs that to be on even footing here, I would say. Yeah, Zealot Stalker. They work together. Recall to save it from the Broodlords? Oh, maybe not. They do not save it. Yeah, recalling into a position where you just kind of immediately die is not ideal. Yeah, so Reynor's going to win this thing. Even though he set Reynor back to the Stone Age in income, Zown's kind of getting set back to the Stone Age in income too. So, yeah, if you do enough damage to your Protoss opponent, it Doesn't matter how many of your bases they kill, dude, another 20 probes go down. Reynor is an absolute magician. He just is. He could take economic hits, entire bases can die. It's like, whatever, I'll just kill more bases. Kill more of your economy. Oh, we had some Tempests. We have some Tempests, actually, which are really bad against Corruptors. And GG! Dude, I'll bet Zoun felt or thought he had that. I do. I bet he was like, yes, I've set Reynor back to a 4-base economy. I've killed both of his newest sources of income. I'm on fire. And then Reynor was like, well, yeah, but you didn't kill my army. So he wanders down. This base dies. This base dies. And this base dies. And it's like, okay, so who lost all their newer sources of economy? That was you, Zoun. Dang, that was tight. That was a very, very good back and forth there from Home Story Cup. Excellent stuff. Zoun ends up losing more resources than Reynor does, which is, you really just can't win a game of PvZ if that's the case. And you're the Protoss. 42,000 resources lost, only 34 from Reynor. That's crazy. He lost 2 of his Broodlords, but he has 6 remaining. Lost 66 Roaches, no real surprise there. 329 Lings, who never really got much more upgrades than +3 attack. No Carapace upgrades today from Reynor. Interestingly enough, that's got to be by design, right? No Air Carapace and no Flyer Carapace and no Ground Carapace. Just all attack across the board. +2 Flyer, +3 Missile, +3 Melee. It worked out for him. I'm wondering if maybe I should forego those upgrades and just try to get out +3 faster in ZVPs, if that works. Don't know. But again, weird strategy here from Zoun, starting with carriers and then straight up moving into a ground army. He made 6 carriers today. They all died. He didn't replace any of them. Then he moved into a ground army that was pretty good. All right, fantastic. So that right there is gonna be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2: Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.